Welcome to episode 4 of Hanging with Jay. What is this one? This is the Christmas episode. Let's go. For those of you guys that are watching and those of you that are listening, I am wearing my Christmas tie. I've got my hat on that a coworker made for me that's very comfy. Oh my goodness. When she made it for me, she gave it to me and she said, hey, I made it a little bit bigger for you, so just try it on. So I tried it on, and this is legitimately the most comfortable hat I've ever had. It is amazing. This thing is so comfortable. I absolutely love it. And I love hats with poop balls. Poofy poof balls. They're amazing. It's very warm too. My car doesn't have heat, so having this to wear in the heat is, it is fantastic. When I was doing the scheduling for Hang with Jay, and when I decided that I was going to put an episode out every week on a Monday, I did not think about the fact that this year, Christmas and New Year are both on Mondays. I don't know what other holidays come on Mondays, but it's pretty, I thought that was pretty cool. I was really excited about it. So that's cool to me. So this being episode 4, what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about all the things revolving around Halloween. No, I'm just kidding. It's the Christmas episode, y'all. Come on now. We are going to talk about Christmas. We're going to be talking about the things that I have always loved about Christmas, the things that make me happy. This is going to be a shorter episode because I want you guys to get to it. So if you guys are hanging out and you guys are in a good mood because it's Christmas, why not? Thanks for coming and hanging out. If you guys are hanging out and you're not in the best mood because it's Christmas, maybe if you're listening to it later, your Christmas didn't go as good as you thought it would or whatever, thanks for hanging out. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you guys are hanging out on the Christmas episode. Let's go. Oh, I'm so excited for this episode, y'all. I will tell you right now, I want to get some housekeeping out of the way real quick. For those of you watching on YouTube, as you guys can see, angles have changed from previous episodes because I got tired of looking up at the camera because it's been sitting on top of my monitor. So I wanted you guys more at my eye level. So I'm not looking up, and because I don't know. It's not my space, y'all. We're not going angles with this. I'm a big dude. It's just what it is. So I moved you guys. I hope that works out. I hope that it works out better for you. I know I already feel more natural with it. It feels better with you guys being right here. Woo! But very excited for it. I have started doing something and I'm planning out my episodes. I have a notebook and I've started planning them out. I know what I'm going to be doing for them. I have an idea of when I'm going to start having guests on, and I'm very excited for that. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out, but I have started figuring out some of the technical side of things. I know that there's a lot of people out there that might think it's really easy, dude, just do it this way. I don't know how those ways are. I'm still looking into it. So I want to be able to do video calls with people so that we can do Hang with Jay is just kind of over Zoom or whatever application you have to use to do that so that I can record and have both people on it. And I'm excited for that. I think that'll be really cool. And I really hope that we can get that figured out. That way everything looks good and it feels good and everything flows. I'm excited for it. And I have so many things that I want to talk to people about. I have so many guests that I have planned that I want to have on that are just close friends of mine. And then I have some that I'm hoping that as time goes on, if Hang with Jay becomes something, then I'm hoping that I do have people that I really hope that I could reach out to and we can have guests on. And I know, again, I said it in the first episode, I dream big because no dream is realistic until you start taking the steps to get there, right? So I'm really excited for it and I'm ready for it to happen. So let's go. You know what I'm saying? I have some very good coffee today. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about a lot right now. So yeah, I'm ready. A little housekeeping too. Last week in episode 3 that we did, it was such a weird episode for me to record and to edit because I was in a weird headspace last week. So I wasn't sure about it. And because this episode, or not this episode, and because this podcast is so much about our mental health, I do just want to point out that last week I was in a very weird headspace. As I said, I wanted to point it out, and I don't know exactly what it was, but it felt weird to edit it. It felt weird to put it together. Even putting it out, I was like, I don't know what this whole episode feels weird. Now, if you guys watch it, it is about gratitude, and I feel like that does flow really well into the Christmas episode, being grateful. So, with that being said, we are going to get into the things I love about Christmas. And there, you might have some other things. I would love to hear from you. So email me at hanginwithjeremy@gmail.com. Let me know some of the things that you love about Christmas, some of your favorite memories, some of your fondest times that you had around the holiday season. That being said, as I was planning out this episode, I started thinking about what were some of my favorite memories of Christmas. And obviously, you know, when you're a child, when I was a kid, I was really like, I loved getting gifts. I love getting presents, like bar none, like that's the best thing about Christmas. And as I was thinking about it, I think about some of the presents that I got as I was growing up, and thinking about those things that I would get, I was like, oh man. And then I started thinking, I don't own any of those things anymore. I don't have any of them. They probably broke within weeks of me getting them because I played hard, y'all. But I loved the time. So starting to think back to those Christmases that I really enjoyed, and thinking back to those times, I don't even remember most of the presents that I got. I loved the feeling surrounding someone thinking about me and thinking that I was important enough to buy a gift for them thinking about it. But even more than that, I loved the talks that I would get to have with my family, where me and my sister and my mom would travel up to Oregon for Christmas, and we'd spend the day with our family. And most of the time it was just a good day. Even the Christmases that we didn't go to Oregon, we stayed in California, and we just enjoyed our own company, enjoyed the company of, I would get to sit and I would get to enjoy having the day with my sister and my mom, and sometimes friends would come over, or we would go over to other people's houses. Those were some of the best times for us. And I loved getting to go and look at Christmas lights. Like, I adore Christmas lights. I am 37 years old. I still love them. We live in an area where we don't have a lot of people that put Christmas lights up anymore. There used to be a lot more when I was younger, but I think as people are aging up and people just kind of run out of time, and Christmas lights are expensive, electricity is expensive, especially living in California. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that though. But not in this episode. We are grateful. We are happy. We are talking about Christmas. It is Christmas Day. Let's go. Getting to drive around and look at Christmas lights has always been something that I love to do. Now, there are times that we have to drive out of town and we have to go to other places in order to find Christmas lights, like getting to drive down a road with all the houses lining it are just covered in Christmas lights. I love that. When I was younger, I would help my mom set up the Christmas lights at her house, and I know how much effort goes into that. So I love getting to go and appreciate that. The people that put time into like coding an entire Christmas light show, oh, I couldn't even imagine. I get so lost on how to. Do you guys understand? Like, it took me 2 weeks or more to figure out how to separate the audio from the visual so that I could put episodes out on Spotify and on YouTube. Ridiculous. Just say, so thinking about these people that have these brains that can actually focus on being able to do an entire show. It's an entire light show. That is crazy to me. And it makes me appreciate it more, because it's something that I can't do. Or even the ones that I know, like the people who just have Christmas lights out. I appreciate those as well because I know how much work goes into it. So the people who are pulling double duty and they're doing an actual like light show and also have Christmas lights up like that, I appreciate it so much. The Christmas lights are fantastic. One other thing that we used to do as a family is we were a family that really went to church 2 times a year. Christmas time, Easter time. That's really it. We were definitely among the majority of Americans where those are the 2 times that we go to church. If that's what you do, great. There's no judgment for me. That's what I used to do as a kid. Now I go every week. But we would go to church every year on Christmas, and that brought me into thinking about that was something else I loved to do. I loved going to church, and I loved the Christmas plays. Even now as an adult, I love Christmas plays. I think that they can be some of the funniest things out there because just thinking about these little kids that they're acting their hearts out, and it's usually terrible, but it's terrible in such a cute way. Like, let's be real, it's so terrible in a cute way, and I really enjoy it. Like, I really do. And I thought about one of the earliest plays that I was ever in was a Christmas play at church, and I was one of the wise men. And my mom and I were talking about it while I was planning out this episode. And she was like, Jeremy, you were such a ham. And I was like, me? A ham? How dare you? And she was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. But I was one of the wise men and I absolutely loved it. The next year, and this was when I was like 6 or 7 years old. The next year, we went back to that church, and it was, I was in the Christmas play again, and I got to be one of the kids because what it was there was an adult that was reading the Christmas story to us, and we were sitting there listening, and as we're like listening to this, there's other people that are coming out and they're reenacting what this person is reading to us. And it blew my ever loving mind. When I was a kid, I was like, what is happening? How can you, they're doing exactly what you're saying. I don't know why it blew my mind when I was a kid, but it did. It was fantastic. And I think now, thinking back to it, like I would absolutely love to redo that and like do that at the church that I'm at now. I think it would be cool. But that's something that I love. Oh my goodness, I love that. And with that, I can't talk about Christmas. I can't personally talk about Christmas and this time of year without talking about the reason for why we have Christmas and why it is something that we celebrate. And I because that's Jesus, and I love the reason that we have this season. And I'm not going to get into the arguments of, well, this isn't even the time that he was born, because I know that for me, because this is something I've thought about a lot, for me, I would, if you came to me and told me, hey man, we're going to celebrate your birthday in April. My birthday's in July. I don't care. You are choosing to celebrate me? Oh my goodness, thank you. Like, I don't care if it's a big blowout bash birthday party for my birthday, whatever time of year it is, that's awesome to me. I'm just saying. And I know that if I can say that, how much more likely is it that Jesus is going to feel that way? We are doing this in remembrance of his birth and the reason that he was born. So I love this time of year, and I love thinking about the reason that we have it. And that was for our Savior, for my Savior to be born and to come out and be sacrificed for me so that I can be in eternity with him. And I absolutely love that. And it makes me so excited. It makes me so happy that, just thinking about the shepherds that got to come, the wise men coming, thinking about, and I know this isn't in the Bible, but the little drummer boy. Come, they told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Me and my drum. It's one of my favorite Christmas songs, by the way. Love that song. Love it so much. Anyway, But with that, oh, I love this time of year. As I said at the beginning of the episode, this is a short episode. Please tune in next week. I'm very excited for the New Year's episode. I'm so excited for the start of 2024. And that's going to be episode 5 for me. And like fives, for whatever reason, always, I love them so much. I love anything that is divisible by 5. I don't know why, it's just always been a thing. So tune in next week. It's going to be a great episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. You guys are absolutely amazing. If no one has told you yet today, know that you are amazing. I will see you in the next episode, and don't forget, life is a journey, so let's get to it. Merry Christmas, y'all.